Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you are doing well today. I am pretty stoked today. So I am going to be doing what sold, and I've selected a good variety of things that I've sold over the last few weeks to talk about, because I wanted to pare down from my usual what solds used to be pretty long. I just wanted to do some more meaningful ones, but before I do that, you will not believe what happened. So this is a crazy, it's been a crazy journey over the last few months for me. As most of you probably know, I had someone order something and it went to the wrong address because her address on file was the wrong address. And she reported me to PayPal, and they kicked me off PayPal permanently. They said, that's it, there's no... and at first they wouldn't listen to me, and I filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau, and so I'll get into that in a minute, but I have to say, I'm going to just tell you a little bit about what happened, and then what I'm going to tell you right now, I am back on PayPal. So, do you know that movie, The Shawshank Redemption, where the main character is accused of something falsely, and he doesn't want to go to jail for the rest of his life? He's in jail and he wants to, break out. And so he somehow gets into the sewage system and swims through it for a long way, right? And, because it's his only, anyway, I'm chuckling about that because it took so much work to get PayPal. I mean, by the way, that's my only complaint I've ever had in my whole life on PayPal, ever. And I have 100% good feedback on eBay, and it's just insane. The whole thing is crazy. When it happened, I couldn't believe it, but I was really upset about it because my integrity was in question, and here was one of the biggest companies, kicking me off of their system, and I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't live with it. I would have if I had to, don't get me wrong, but I just couldn't stay like that. And so at first I was sad that the rest of the world could use PayPal except me, and then I got mad. And so I took some actions. PayPal finally talked to me, and they finally listened to me after I had to file a complaint, and I had to fill in 2 pages worth of answers to questions, and there's a lot of things I had to do. They never did tell me why, what the reason was. But anyway, but I finally did get my PayPal account back. So I'm super excited about that. You might be thinking, well, why are you going to use them? Aren't you mad still? Well, it's the best system out there, and I think it is. I really didn't like Stripe at all. And I had 2 transactions, and I had problems with both of them. Not because of the people. It's because of this. Maybe it's user error. Okay, I don't know. But PayPal just makes it so simple, and shipping is simple, and so I will be going back to PayPal. I am actually back on PayPal. So thank you to the people at PayPal who helped me, and it wasn't their fault that this happened. It was probably an AI that went out there and said, ding, 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 these 3 things mean we should kick her off forever. I don't know. Nobody told me. So anyway, now that is my story. My husband was almost crying tears of happiness for me, and so was my mom and my sister and some of my good friends, my PayPal friends, know already, and some of them don't know yet. But I have the people that I went to Florida with, they all know, and they were very happy for me. I just found this out last night that I got back in finally, so I'm super stoked. I did not want to lose out on PayPal. It's meant a lot to me over the years that I could use it. It makes life easier in so many ways. All right. So that is my great news. I'm super excited. I'm moving on now. I was trying to move on anyway, but it was hard. Okay. I have to show you this new shirt that I got. Look at this. It's a lobster. I love lobsters. I just love, they're so cute. And I got this necklace I got at TJ Maxx to go with it. It's got some faux coral and some shell-like, kind of a nautical theme. I love it. And I forgot my wedding ring, but oops. So anyway. All right, moving on to the what sold. Oh, and something is new with my eBay selling too. I decided to go all the way on eBay and start offering free returns, and I already did do 1-day shipping time, same day or 1 day. And so now I am a top rated plus, the highest level eBay seller that there is. And so but I am going to start taking free returns. If people don't like something, they will return it and I will pay for their shipping back. So, and that includes you, by the way, if you get something from my eBay store. So, all right, let's get into the what sold. The first item I am super excited to show you because I didn't even know Rothys made purses, but here is the first item. It is a Rothys purse. It is the same kind of fabric-y material as their shoes are made of. It's not fabric. It's a real, really durable material. It was just this beautiful bag. I got it at a thrift store. It was on the half off sales day, and the Rothys bag sold for $69. If you ever see a Rothys bag in good condition out in the wild, I strongly suggest getting it if it's a decent price, because go have a look at Rothys and see how they, I don't know if they don't make them anymore or what. It seems like they're in short supply and they sell super fast. It sold within a day. I could not believe it. All right, so that is number one. Number two is this Athleta swimsuit. This came in a fun box probably a year ago, believe it or not. But you know, some items do take longer to sell, and I probably had the price too high. But it took about a year, I think about a year to sell, and it sold for $18. But you know, it was one of the items in a fun box, and you know, $18 is half the price of a fun box, so it was worth waiting to sell that item. So item number three is this Wolf Designs jewelry box. Wolf Designs jewelry boxes, they're leather jewelry boxes, and they're so pretty. And I had to put this one in here because, first of all, if you ever see Wolf Designs jewelry boxes, they sell really well. But the second thing is, you're not even going to believe this. I sold this to a person in my town. I live in Red Wing, Minnesota, okay? I sold this to someone who lives in Red Wing. I don't even know if she knows, but can you believe that? I don't know this person. She lives a mile away from me. Just can't believe it. It's just crazy. But anyway, it sold for $19.50, and it took about, I think, about 2 months to sell. Not too bad. All right. Next up is this Brighton bracelet. And it's this cute bracelet that's got the inside. You could, it kind of snaps on the inside, and it's either orange or gray. And I just wanted to put this one on here because it's this Brighton bracelet took a couple months to sell, and it came in a thrift jewelry jar that I got. And so that was a pretty good, and the jewelry jar, the whole jar cost $29, and I sold this Brighton bracelet for $20. So that's great. Some of those jewelry jars, I mean, I've gotten bad ones before. I've talked to others. My friend Misty says that she's gotten some that where I laughed so hard when she described what she got, which I shouldn't laugh, but she was making it funny the way she said it. So sometimes you don't get some good ones, but you know, sometimes you get some really good ones. And that Brighton bracelet was in new condition. It was great. All right, moving on to the next one is this gorgeous Silpada bracelet. It was brand new in the little box, and I got that at a thrift store, and it sold for $23. If you know, most of you probably know Silpada by now, is an amazing, absolutely amazing seller. Anything Silpada will sell. I mean, unless it's really terrible condition. But if it's in good condition, Silpada sells, and it sells for a lot of money. You can get some, you can do really well. But this one sold for $23, and I was really happy with that. All right, next up, I absolutely love this find. Next up is this Montgomery Rewards. If you're a little older like I am, you remember Montgomery Rewards was it was a department store from years gone by. I don't remember when they closed, but it was a long time ago. But so this Montgomery Rewards, I got this at a local auction. It was probably somebody's estate sale, and they had it listed as pencil lead holder, but it wasn't a pencil lead holder. It was a pencil. It was a sterling silver pencil with a tiny little container of leads that went with it. It was just so, I can't remember the word, tarnished. It was so tarnished it looked brown, but I shined it up and I sold it, and it had a cute little card. Montgomery Rewards provided this pencil and sterling silver and pencil set to their customers, I think that went to some political, I can't remember what it was, the Youth Congress or something like that. And it sold for $52. I think it cost me $2. So, yeah, that was a great find. That was a great one. I get the strangest things in local auctions and estate sales. I love getting the little boxes of mixed jewelry or mixed whatever. It seems like there's almost always one really good goodie in there. So, all right. Next up is this cord and 14 karat gold bracelet. This little bracelet was just a cord. It was brand new. A little cord and had tiny little 14 karat gold on there, and it was stamped 14 karat gold. I got that bracelet at TJ Maxx, and it sold for, gosh, no, I can't read. I tore off the part that said what, I think it sold for, yeah, $55. So as you probably know, and most people watching this will already know this, but gold is at a really high price right now. And so people are snapping up gold like you can't believe. So if you have anything gold, it might be worth your time to look at it. And a lot of the gold that I get, I send it into the Real because you get really good prices from the Real on gold items. And they sell quickly on there. At least they have been for me. So anyway, that was a great find at TJ Maxx. The next item up is this pair of Elizabeth and James sunglasses. That came in a that came in a fun box, and of course the fun boxes, like I said, cost $34 plus tax and shipping. But Elizabeth and James is a designer name, and these were brand new. So anyway, they sold for $22. I thought that was pretty good, and they took a couple of months to sell. All right, moving up. I didn't tell you the sell time for all the other items, but almost all the items on this list, almost all of them sold quickly, like within a couple weeks to a couple months. Next up is this Pulitzer bag. I got this at a thrift store in Florida. There's so much Lilly Pulitzer in Florida, it's beyond belief. People just, and by the way, I wear Lilly Pulitzer when I'm there sometimes, so a lot of the times I do. I love Lilly Pulitzer. I love the kind of neonish looking and the floral prints and things. Anyway, I got this at a thrift store and it sold for $24. I was really happy, and I just got that, about 2 months ago. So next up, only 2 items left now. This next one is just gorgeous, and it is this Alpaca Ring. It's alpaca and a green stone, and I can't remember the name of it right now because I don't have that written down, but it had this little mask carved into the stone. It was just gorgeous, and I got that at a thrift store, and I thought someone's gonna want this ring. It's a double ring where you put it on your, you put it and it goes between your 2 sets of fingers. It's really cool looking. And so that sold for $35. That one did pretty well. It was so unique, I knew someone would buy that quickly. That took less than a month to sell, so that was wonderful. All right, and the last item is this Marc Jacobs tote bag. The inside of that one needed some help. It came in a DIY designer box from ThredUp, by the way. The inside of it was pretty. I cleaned it at first. I vacuumed it, then I scrubbed it and cleaned it 2 different times, and it ended up looking way better. But it sold for $130, which was absolutely wonderful. Super happy with that sale. So anyway, that is my what sold. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking with me when I was crabby about ThredUp, or not ThredUp, but PayPal. I'm super happy that I'm back on there, and I guess my message for the day is if something feels wrong to you, or you're being unjustly treated or unfairly treated, which I totally felt I was, but PayPal's algorithm felt otherwise, or someone at PayPal felt otherwise, but I stuck with it. It took me 100 steps. I bet 100 times of including text, or emailing, sending people messages, filling in information that they wanted, and then I was kicked out of the system, so I couldn't read their emails, and I had to work with them on that. And it was thing after thing after thing after thing after thing. There were so many things I had to do. I'm really glad I stuck with it because it impacts me, and being the only reseller that I know that could not sell on PayPal kind of made me look bad, I thought. So it was worth it to stick with it and get my good name back. So I'm back on PayPal. I will be using it again. And again, thanks for sticking with me, and we'll see you next time.